Welcome to the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show. In this episode, I am joined by the hosts of the Welcome to the Jungle Conversations, Mr. and Mrs. 3 the Hard Way. Today, we'll be diving into their inspiring journeys, diverse passions, and their pursuit of achieving financial empowerment. He's not just a master of one craft, but a maestro of many. From security into providing weapons training, he has now ventured into the realm of financial empowerment. However, instead of merging all his passions into one, he tries to use them to strategically navigate his business endeavors. When faced with challenges in one venture, he relies on the others to provide support. And she, as his wife and biggest supporter, is the founder of Cure Melanin Inc., a healing business that incorporates spiritual, financial, and mental health healing. Welcome to the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, where we network and build connections through interviews and discussions. This episode is brought to you by GMP Podcast Group. I'm your host, Thorn City Podcast Guy. Make sure you visit thorncitysyndicate.com, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Be the first to know about new releases, bonus episodes, and updates. Today, I got a couple special guests in the spotlight. Mr. and Mrs. 3 the Hard Way, hosts of the Welcome to the Jungle TV podcast. So full disclosure, this is like family here. And my guy, we go way, way, way back. I can come home and sometime he might be sitting in my house with my mama.
Absolutely.
And just there. So that's how you know we family. When that can happen, we family.
Absolutely.
So introduce yourselves. Tell the people who you are.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. I'm Oshun Shareef. You can find me at Miss 3 the Hard Way on IG and Cure Melanin Inc.
All right. I'm Mr. 3 the Hard Way. You can find me at Mr. 3 the Hard Way on all platforms.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell me about the Welcome to the Jungle podcast. Welcome to the Jungle TV.
Welcome to Jungle TV.
So let me get this. You've been doing the podcast now, and we got something coming. So is it the same thing, or what's the difference between the two?
So the difference between the two, it's a rebranding of what we already previously had, but it's still centered around financial literacy and teaching everything about financials. But now with the Welcome to the Jungle TV, it added more of a component of a healing component and lifestyle component to it, to where my wife, she's the root goddess. She gets to the root of things with the financials, right? And I believe that we can't really get to, like cleaning your credit up is one thing, but if you have bad spending habits, cleaning your credit up ain't gonna do no good, right? So we got to get to the root of things. So Welcome to the Jungle is like more of bringing like that therapy to healing, that therapy to financials and stuff like that. So we gonna talk anything from relationships to lifestyle coaching, life coaching, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so a little variety.
Personal
perspectives, more into it.
Nice. How long you been doing it?
The Welcome to the Jungle probably been going for maybe 5 or 6 months.
Okay.
I'm around there.
So far, so good?
Yeah, so far, so good. You know, the people have been taking to it. I also have a couple other co-hosts on the smaller platform of the Welcome to the Jungle. So when it goes to the bigger platform, it's just with y'all, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
It's going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's do it. Tell me about your Cure. Was it Cure Melanin Inc?
Cure Melanin is a healing business that I am working on that incorporates spiritual healing, financial healing, and mental health healing. Because like you said, the financial, you can repair your credit all day long and build your businesses, but if you don't get to the foundation of your child experiences and how that played a role in your financial mindset, then it's hard to move forward and break those habits. So, and especially it takes a spiritual aspect of healing those childhood experiences. Like I said, the traumas, I don't like to call it trauma. I feel like not everybody endured trauma, and that holds a heavy weight when you say that word. But a lot of the childhood experiences that we have endured leaves a residue. I like to say leaves something, and so it's good to visit those experiences as you're healing financially, mentally, and spiritually.
So yeah. Definitely.
One of my mentors like to say they don't call it trauma; they call it healing hurdles.
Healing hurdles.
Really like, you know, what I mean? So trauma is a very strong word. So like it's just like a hurdle you got to get past. You got to get over. You got to run, get a head start. You got to put one leg in front of the other and just kind of do your best to get over it.
Keep putting one foot forward. That's all you can do.
And that's just important. And as I do my own healing, I just, like you said, you got to share your story.
Yeah.
And so part of it is vulnerability and just being vulnerable with my own experiences and sharing what has worked for me, what hasn't worked for me. That is my purpose.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely got to get your spirit right. If your spirit's broken, everything's going to be broken. You ain't be able to go nowhere, get nothing done, nothing accomplished. You're going to be short.
Yes.
So I want to take it all the way back.
Oh, shit. All right.
So growing up, I always knew you as a dancer.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to my big bro.
Yeah.
He's cold on them feet.
Yeah.
He's still over there teaching dance, and kids is winning awards. And so
Big bro still pushing. Shout out to
Big
Dre
bro
Baker.
still pushing. So tell me about bro. What made him so good?
With Dre, man, what made him so good was his passion. His passion made you want to be better. And it made, at least for me personally, I can only speak for myself, it made me want to be better because I remember when I met him, he was in Minnesota at the time, and then one of somebody I went to school with told me about him. I already knew who Daryl English was. You know what I mean? I knew who D was, but then it was like, this guy Dre, he gonna come down. He was like, I was like, who the hell? Who y'all talking about? Ain't nobody better than me though. So. But when bro came down, and then to see that I never had any experience with drill teams. He had experience more with drill teams. So we started off in a drill team faction. You know what I mean? More than like a crew. What we think today, what we see the dancers today. Nah, y'all kids ain't got no idea. Like y'all, we had 30 to 40 to 50 people that we had to choreograph, and that's when Cuddy said like it was days and nights we was in his mama's basement learning these dances because we had to break the groups off in so many different groups because it was so many of us that it's a big group. But then there was like that core group who would actually come to the house, eat some food, and hang out. And we in the basement dancing as little kids. I don't know how we all fit in that basement. You had to be really smaller back then, smaller human beings. But yeah, bro was just, man, his passion for it and his love for dance. Like, there's just some people like with, maybe I would say like somebody who's going to the NBA, you can't see that kid doing anything else but playing basketball. He's going to make it. Like, there's nothing else. I can see this kid probably can do something else, but that's the trajectory. And that was his life, and it made me want to be better in his dedication.
Yeah, so shout out to Big Bro, still out there dancing at pushing 50.
Man.
Pushing 50, still moving and grooving.
I still see him in the battle though.
Yeah.
Let me stop. I don't want no smoke.
Oh man, this is the Spotlight Show, man. I'm loving what's going on here, man. It's different for me.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just a chiller by nature.
Yeah.
I want to lay back and absorb what's going on around me.
Right. You out here now.
Now I'm outside, as they would say.
Yeah, they would say you outside.
And,
Right.
See what we can do with this platform, man. It's really all about marketing and advertising. So I just want to give people a platform to market and advertise what they got going on.
Absolutely.
And see what I got going on and what I've been through to get where I'm going. So we're going to take a break here. We got a message from our sponsor, GMP Podcast Group, podcast production, really any kind of production you want, GMP can get it done. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into more of your diverse ventures and challenges that you transition to after dance.
Absolutely.
Discover GMP Podcast Group Studio, located at 2406 East Burnside Street in Portland, Oregon, offering a range of podcasting packages to suit your needs, starting at just $49 an hour for your basic setup, featuring the Rodecaster Pro audio console and SM7B microphones, as well as options complete with camera operator and audio engineer expertise. Elevate your podcast with multi-camera recording, plus we capture behind-the-scenes shots within the studio. Visit www.gmpodcastgroup.com and let GMP Podcast Studio be where your podcasting journey begins.
Cause this syndicate lyricist exists. Don't blink one eye, baby, you just might miss history in the making from the making of this. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome back words for sure.
Hey, welcome back to the Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Thorn City Podcast Guy. I got my family in the building today, Mr. and Mr. 3 the Hard Way.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I was kind of thrown off by this welcome, like come
Let's
backwards.
welcome back. We welcome
Wow.
back to the welcome
Come
back to the
backwards.
next segment. Yeah. Oh,
Third.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Third Twin. He was my first
Yeah.
episode. If y'all listen to this episode right now and you ain't checked out the first episode, you want to go check it out because that's how it all began. You get the story of Third Twin and Thorn City Syndicate, the management company.
Yeah,
That's first time really telling it, and so go check out that episode 1.
absolutely.
So let's get back to it. After dancing, so you got into quite a few things. You was doing the Panther stuff. You got the security company. You got you're teaching weapons. What's that called?
Marathon Tactical.
Marathon Tactical. You got into the massages, and now you're into the financial empowerment. How do we bring it all together as one?
You know, well, I try not to bring it all together as one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I like things to be diverse. And when you diversify your portfolio, that's when you can pivot in business. So when one isn't doing too good, the other ones will make up for where the other businesses are. So I don't try to really, put them all into one package, right? So, if financial ain't working good today, somebody's gonna need a massage. Somebody's gonna be hurt. You know what I mean? Everybody busting their back on their jobs and stuff. You know what I mean? So with the security business as well, that also goes into firearms, preventative maintenance and safety, and learning how to fortify your home from home invasions and stuff like that. So I teach about home invasions, how to have proper handling and use of a firearm, just have the wherewithal of knowing what to do with a firearm, where firearms should be placed at in your house, the proper handling and what to do in case you have to use one, and if law enforcement have to be called, what you should and should not do, because that is something that they don't teach. So all of the things all make business. So anything with the entrepreneurs, I say that you should learn how to make money 4 ways off of whatever it is that you're doing.
Gotcha. So what was it that happened that made you transition from one thing to the next, and then to the next and the next?
That's finding your purpose over your passion.
Okay.
And I'll explain to both, right? My purpose have always been to teach and always been to give. So you think about all of these things that you said, and you named off from massage therapy, that's giving back. Black Panther Party, of course, that's giving back to my community and becoming a community activist, right? And teaching in that sense of faction about our history, police brutality, knowing to stay one step ahead of like the law and stuff like that. So teaching law. What else I had? The security company that's primarily doing security for our people. They employ us, right? So my purpose was always being able to give back. Now my passions can always change. Passions can always change. It can go from dance. You think about dance, that was a very, self-gratifying thing for me as well, because I also believe if you dance a little bit in the morning, it takes away stress. You know what I'm saying? But I also taught kids. I kept kids off the streets. Primarily when I was working at Jeff, I kept them off the streets and stuff like that. Some of my students now, they have children. I will always be implemented in a portion of their life, and that's a blessing. You know what I mean? So it's always been able to give. That's been my purpose. But my passion can go from, hey, it's to dance today. It might be Black Panther tomorrow. I might be teaching you financial literacy to the next month. So my purpose can always change, but my passion has always been able to give back to my people.
Got you. So are you currently active doing all those different
Everything
activities,
but the massage.
everything but the massage.
Everything but the massage. Gabby
Yeah.
trying to get me out. Leave me alone, Gabby. That was my first client, and she went viral. We went viral. She trying to get me out. She's like, I better be that first one when you come back.
You said it went viral?
It went viral.
What made it so viral?
The video content, you know, when I went to school for massage therapy, there wasn't Instagram and stuff like that. And actually, it was my wife that showed me these guys on the video. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't learn that move in massage therapy, right?
He
but
just took it around with
I
it.
just took it. She
Showed him to do me.
I said, there's some money in this. There's a bag here. Whoa, wait a minute. But she showed me these gear. I'm like, wait, I didn't learn that move and stuff like that. But then, you know, it was definitely a marketing tool, right? So when you do massage therapy, then you put like maybe some tank behind it. It gives it a certain aesthetic to make it more sensual, right, than what it really is. And then, you know, once Gabby's very known, I'm very known, and we didn't give nobody no warning, no setup or nothing. And I ran with it. She said something about massage therapy on Monday, and by Wednesday, that table was showing up at the door. Table was there. Table was literally there the same week. So I was like, okay, let me see how because I went to school for it. I actually went to school. I know effleurage, petrissage, to Popement. Yeah, y'all, I ain't just blowing this out. You know what I mean? So I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Right. And, you know, the school went under. They was putting, this is something in business as well that I learned from that, because it was considered a loss for me, but it was also a lesson. The school went under. They was putting high interest rates on low income people, right? So they was paying, I think they were in debt with their parent company, and then they end up going under. So, you know, I didn't have to pay back that school loan, but I think I took maybe 3 days off. They was like, nah, you can't come back. The interest going to be too high. We can't redo your stuff, but you owe us some money. I was like, damn, you know what I mean? I got this. So they get you the highest table, more expensive table they can get you, all the books. They put you in these high interest loans on your loan when you get a school loan. And you know, they was like, you took 3 days off. Like, I couldn't even go back to the school. It was, you know.
Just because you took 3 days off?
Yeah. They said to redo the loan, or the money or time missed, I guess a lot about hours. For me to make up the hours, they got to add more money to my account or something like that, right? So I just couldn't go back. But, you know, they end up going under. Then I was left with a table, discouraged. I was almost about to graduate. I went through the 6 months what the doctors go through in the first year of medical school. So I was learning the insertions and muscles, lateral rotation. Yeah, I was learning all of that about the body. You know, kinesiology, physiology. I was learning all that. Ready to graduate, and they was like, no, you can't come back.
Man, that's cold-blooded.
Yeah.
So you got any advice for individuals struggling to see their connection between their passions and interests?
What you think?
Well, I think I'm one of those folks, right? We are our own critiques, right? So I probably critique myself a little bit more than I should, but he always is dedicated and consistent to and open to creating. And the drive just blows my mind. The drive blows my mind, and it inspires me to want to put my story out there. Seeing you put your story out there is like, okay, you know, it's happening. So he always inspires me to do that and stay consistent, stay dedicated. He's always on the family to do the same things. So just as someone that kind of gets in my head and I get in my own way, your consistency is everything. You know, you might not be creating the same way every day, but you're, like he said, I showed him on Monday, on Wednesday it was happening. It was happening.
Gotta be careful what you show him.
That's right. But I appreciate that just because I can be on the total other end of the spectrum, just constantly trying to find the perfect time to start. So the best thing I can take away is just start it. Just start it. You get an idea, you get inspired, create it, and just start it. And that's what I did. So Cure Melanin, I started it. I'm building it. It's not complete.
It's a process.
And at times I don't want to put it out there, but he's like, nope, you know,
you just got to do it.
You got to do it. And so I stay with that, and that's what I would give.
Yeah.
I always give my mentees, man, look, start now, worry about the rest later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no gray lines with me. Like, it's either going to get done or it's going to get done. You know what I'm saying? Procrastination only builds a world of excuses. And when you start building a world of excuses, then you have nothing but a whole bunch of things thrown out in the air with no direct system on getting those done. You know, business is created off of systems and processes.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? So you have to have that in order. So, I mean, like I said, just get started now and worry about the rest later. You know, if you understood that it took 15 years for a tree to grow, the first best time to plant a tree was when?
15 years ago.
Second best time to plant a tree is today.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
So just get started right now. Don't worry about the rest. Like some of these businesses that you named off, they wasn't LLC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That massage wasn't LLC. That wasn't really even licensed to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know, like even with the security business, we wasn't sure if that was really going to take off. There wasn't no point in paying a whole bunch of money for stuff that I wasn't really sure it was going to take off. Once it took off and it's going, now it's time to get the business in order and see. You know what I mean? So let your job fund your freedom until your freedom, you know, your business can fund your freedom.
There you go. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, and I want to make a point. Like every one of those businesses and passions and projects that he did, I was in the background making sure those systems and those processes were in line. And so sometimes when I'm like, I don't know what I'm good at, it's like, well, I'm a good administrative assistant, and I can get some flyers out, some prints, some policies.
Everything needs that.
All that. So I cannot ignore that.
Absolutely. I appreciate and thank you for that because, yeah, she's absolutely right, y'all. I couldn't do half of the things that I was doing if it wasn't for her in the background making sure these things work. You got to know when to delegate jobs, and you got to understand when to defer those jobs out so that you can do what you're good at. You know what I mean? I'm good at getting the bag, so let me go out and go get the bag, and, you know, the back end is getting taken care of, and I know I don't have to worry about that.
Yep. So that's why we're here on the Spotlight Show. It's because I needed to do this, and I've been thinking about doing it for a while now. But finally, I said, "Man, I just got to do it."
Just gotta do it.
And that's the thing with podcasts is something you just got to do it and get started, and you grow as you go, because it's never going to be perfect. You know, all you can do is live and learn and get better.
That's it.
And so that's why I started. And we rocking and rolling now.
Rocking and rolling. And, you know, there's so many tools out there. Like he said, just get started. You right. Podcasts, now that I know that I work with you guys and seeing how the process can work and the equipment and stuff, and then I can just set my own stuff up and still work with the bigger platform and set my own stuff up to where y'all can get AI tools to where you can get a 60-minute video and it can cut it down into 30-second clips. That there's no excuse for you guys not being able to have content. There's absolutely no excuse. Like, you can have ChatGPT write your scripts and write your stuff out. Like, you know, so yeah, man, just get started, y'all.
That's it.
And unless you're live, everything can be edited.
Yeah.
Right. It's a fact.
Yep. So I'm actually going to be doing another show that's not produced, but just audio. Where it's just the process of going through podcasting. So basically, how to build your brand awareness, build your brand awareness through podcasting.
Yeah.
So look out for some episodes of that on the Spotlight platform.
Yes, sir.
But we're gonna take another break here. We got a message from the Thorn City Syndicate management team. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we're gonna get into. You got the curriculum of the financial literacy programs you're building, right? So yeah, let's talk about a little bit that and the FFB approved when we come back from break.
Yeah.
Introducing Thorn City Syndicate Management, your solution for brand management, social media promotions, digital content distribution, and podcast production with GMP Podcast Group. From shaping engaging content that resonates with your audience to amplifying your brand's reach through podcasting, we're your partners in driving success. We offer free strategy sessions and leverage our recording studio and personalized strategies to establish an online presence. Your brand's journey to the top starts with Thorn City Syndicate Management, where innovation meets results. Contact us now at www.thorncitysyndicate.com to embark on the path of transforming your brand's future.
This syndicate lyricist exists. Don't blink one eye, baby, you just might miss. History in the making from the making of this. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome backwards for sure.
That line get me every time.
That's the one, man. Third the bird. Welcome back to the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show. It's the network the power of networking and building strategic alliances. So I started this platform to give people a platform to share their journey, their story, and market and advertise what they got going on. And so we're going to be highlighting businesses, brands, entrepreneurs, what you call movers and shakers, anybody that got something going on and got a story to tell. You're welcome on the Spotlight Show. So visit the website and book your free strategy session or sign up to get on an episode. So let's get back. So you got the curriculum, the literacy programs. You got courses, online workshops, personal finance education, consulting services, coaching. Tell me a little bit about that.
All right. So I've had, the opportunities of being around mentors who have taught me a lot about the financial game and how the game should be played, right? Because, just kind of going a little bit back too, man, like I come from a background of like scarcity. Money don't grow from trees, don't look, don't touch, don't ask. Mom had to work 2 jobs to make sure that ends meet was met at the house. Single parent mom, wasn't no father figure around, and the ones that was around wasn't the best influences to me as a child, right? Because that's my most impressionable years is when I was like maybe 5 to 10 years old, right, to 12 years old. That's usually right around the time where young men become gang members, right, around 12 to 13 years old, maybe even early as 10. So at that time, that's the most impressionable stage. So that taught me. Whatever taught me about money was very pivotal back then, right? And I had to see money in a different lifestyle. I seen a lot of money because my father was Cuban, stepfather was Cuban, and he was around a lot of Colombian drug dealers, right? So I seen money from that end, but I also seen my mother work for money and work 2 jobs and actually get out there and grind and show me how money, worked, but she had to work so much, she really didn't show me how credit worked, right? So now that I got mentors to show me how credit work and how to leverage other people's money, which is OPM, the bank's money, now I know that I can leverage this tool. Money is just a tool. It has no intrinsic value. So it means it's not backed up by any kind of natural currency, right? Any kind of natural minerals or anything like that. So I developed this financial literacy program because of the information I have, and I feel like it's imperative for my culture to understand that you can only reach so many people. And some of my mentors is probably not reaching the people that's I'm directly around that I can impact, right? And my people in Portland. And then my impact can reach further once I help other people reach a certain level of understanding, awareness about money. So that's when my awareness get out. So far as the courses and creation, I teach basically how to clean your credit, but I don't want to do your credit for you. I want you to understand the process. Because again, if I clean your credit, you don't really understand how it works, what the components is, then you're just going to mess it up again. So I teach you how to clean your credit. I also teach you how to structure your business, what your credit report should look like, how to structure your business all the way to where you can get funded at least minimum $50,000, up towards $150,000. So that's what the course creation and everything is about.
Nice. So give me one top piece of advice for aspiring entrepreneurs.
One piece of advice for aspiring entrepreneurs. My piece of advice would be seek mentorship. That's the best advice I can give you, honestly, is seek mentorship, because they're going to teach you the things that did not work for them so that you can fast track your progress a lot faster than it's going to take for you to try to figure out all these pitfalls, all these things on your own. Young entrepreneurs, get started now so that you can make your mistakes early and you can get to all of the things that you need to at a later stage, and you will learn so much more faster. So I wish for younger entrepreneurs, get started early as 10. I don't care if you're starting at 10. Learn money game, learn the business game, and learn how to actually hustle. That way you can make all those mistakes early on.
Yeah, I was going to add to what he said, having a mentor, also you see that failure is necessary for it is it's a necessary catalyst for success. And we sat with a millionaire, and I think he got asked that same question, and he was like, man, I failed. And then I had to turn around and figure out what will work, what I learned, and then what will work. So, stack that L and level up from there. So it's failure is necessary, and that's what
absolutely.
I take away from mentorship.
Yeah. It's not a loss, it's a lesson.
It's a
That's
lesson.
right.
Warren Buffett said, I would not do business with somebody unless they failed at least 3 businesses. So I want you to think about that as you're watching this. And remember, note takers is money makers and action takers is money makers. So make sure you're taking notes, right? Throughout this podcast and throughout this journey, because again, if you failed at 3 different businesses, that means by the time you get to the 4th, you know exactly what did not work. So by the time you get to your 4th business, you are good. You didn't fail. The businesses might have been dissolved, it might have failed, but you did not fail as an entrepreneur, long as you learned something.
Well, man, we wrapping it up. Sound like you got a lot going on. You come a long way.
Yes, sir.
You both come a long way.
Yeah.
And so I respect the grinding, the hustle.
Grinding the hustle.
I just made that up on accident.
On accident.
Hey.
Yeah, Grustle. There you go. Y'all,
That might
y'all
be
better-
next T-shirt.
Yeah, right. Y'all do not take that. He's pointing at. Do not take that.
But yeah, man, I want to appreciate y'all for coming through, man, and stopping through on your boy and sharing some jewels with the listeners and with me too. And everybody should go get FFB approved. Where can they find you guys at?
You can find me on Instagram at Miss3 the Hard Way and Cure Melanin Inc. I also, just a little dropper, I have a little something special coming to all the extra small and petite ladies, so stay tuned.
Working on big businesses. Mr. 3 the Hard Way. So make sure when you find our tag too, it's the number 3. Mr. 3 and Mrs. 3, the Hard Way on Instagram. You're gonna, I do like you said, I do a lot of live webinars. I do a lot of free events. I give away a lot of free game. If you go to my Instagram today, this whole month, I'm giving away a lot of free stuff as far as contracts, 10 different ways to make $100 a day. That's loaded up. So all you gotta do is get on there, find a video, do a keyword, and then I'm gonna directly send you some information to make sure that you're good. So if you want to figure out how to get to a bag, digital products, 10 digital products and stuff that'll make you $100 a day, just tap in with me, Mr. 3 the Hard Way, at all platforms.
There it is. You heard it from the horse's mouth on the Spotlight Show. So I want to encourage all the listeners to explore their passions, embrace innovation, and pursue your dreams in your own unique way. Appreciate you sharing your insights and stories. Thank everyone for joining us. Explore the power of networking and find inspiration by following me at Thorn City Podcast Guy for updates, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, and to join the conversation today. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes of the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show as we continue to highlight individuals, business brands, and podcasters. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow at Thorn City Syndicate, the management company, and at GMP Podcast Group, the production company. Drop by www.thorncitysyndicate.com. Schedule your free strategy session. I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, where we network and build connections through interviews and discussions. Until next time, Thorn City Podcast Guy. Holla at your boy.